Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice. Roll Foley, Sony. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we started this program some 5 years ago, and since then we've had over 288 episodes with over 500 guests. Well, guess what? Today we will make history as a 6-year-old girl will become the youngest guest we've ever had on The Actor's Choice. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, as distinction and history is made. She's an actress, she's a model, she's a pageant queen, Jolie Daniels. And greetings, Jolie, and welcome out to you with your mother, Jadian Daniels, to The Actor's Choice. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, wouldn't have it any other way. What's her name? Lisa Fuller? She wouldn't have it any other way. Jolie, and please tell our audience where you're from, where you live.
I'm from Hammond, Louisiana.
Say it again.
I'm from Hammond, Louisiana.
Okay, Hammond. Okay, I know about that. There's Hammond. Is that Hammond right there? Oh, okay. All right, we'll just let it go. You have done a lot of things in a short time. When did you first get this talent? First experience you ever had as a talent person?
When's the first time you hit the stage? How old were you?
I was 3.
3, okay. So now I understand, and I did a little research here. At the age of 3, you did something different, but I want to ask your mother before I ask that question to you. Would you please, madam, tell us, when did you first see acting talent in that little lady sitting next to you?
She's always been a very animated child. So from there, we kind of just knew she probably had the talent, and she was discovered through pageantry, and it's just been going up from there.
Wow. The man upstairs gave you a gift. That's all I can say. Do you have any other children besides this lady?
No, she's my only child.
Oh, yes, indeed. But the family and friends obviously make it possible for her to do what she's done, right?
Oh, yeah, it takes a village.
Yes, it takes a village. Yes, indeed. Now, she's had an opportunity, as I've been told, she's had an opportunity to be in a lot of different pageants. What was it like being in those pageants at a young age of 3?
It was great. It was like I was performing on a model stage, but it was actually a pageant.
I have an expression called the 3 E's: education, exposure, and experience. And here you are at 6 doing all 3 together. Tell us, how proud is your mother of you and family?
She's really proud of me.
Yeah, we're proud of you. Proud of you, my goodness.
Thank you.
Now, it's interesting that a lot of things came down. What kind of roles would you like to do here in the acting business?
I would like to act for you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What kind of roles do you
What kind of roles do you want to do?
Movie, TV.
I want to be on TV, and I want to be a model.
You want to be on the stage? Little lady, I got to tell you, that's a bone that I have with a lot of people that we work out here in Hollywood. We see people who come here from all around the country. They want to get into film. They want to do some television, but you can't get them up on that stage. Can't get them up there. They're afraid, or they just don't like to do it. Continuing your education. How you doing with your education? Going to school?
My education grade.
Yep. What grade are you in?
I'm in 1st grade.
Hey, first. I was going to say, I'm trying to think back to when I was in the 1st grade. We'll leave that one alone. We won't get into that one. For you, the first time you appeared on a stage in front of a lot of people, what was that like?
I was nervous. But I had help from my family, my director.
All these people here supporting you. Yes. Because they knew you had the talent. You just went out there and did your thing, didn't you? Yes. Are you ready for Hollywood?
Yes.
You're ready for Hollywood?
Yes.
You got to come out here and see the big sign, the Hollywood sign?
Yes.
Yes, as many people in the world have done. It's that you come here for a reason. You are an actress.
Yes.
Yes. What does it feel to be like an act? What is it like to be an actress? How does it feel?
It feels kind of nervous, but you'll get used to it.
You will get used to it, my dear. No problem at all. Have you been to Hollywood yet? Have you been there yet?
I've never been to Hollywood.
You've never been to Hollywood? Well, here's the deal. I live and work close to it. It's a wonderful part of town. You'll like it. You'll see a lot. When you first come here, look at the sign, look at Hollywood and Vine and all the famous places. And one day you'll be there for the Academy Award.
What's an
I
academy?
like to make a projection that you're going to get one of those awards. Indeed.
Award you get for acting.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Go back one more time to now. A lot of people don't understand. Explain for us. You were the Miss Louisiana Junior Elementary for 2021. Is that correct?
Miss Louisiana Junior Elementary America 2020.
So we got a picture of you with some of your pageant. There's the pageant logo, and then right behind it, there you are. There you are. Look at you out front. Well, you should be out in the front. That's beautiful. When I saw that picture, I went, yes, yes, yes. That's beautiful. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. Now, I understand that you have you have some plans to go to Disney Channel. Can you tell us about that?
It was great going to the Disney Channel. I can't wait.
Did you have anything special that you want to do? Because roles as a child is going to be interesting. That's going to be fun.
I want to model and be on TV.
Yep. Yep. Oh, be on TV. You going to wear the little puffs? You going to wear the puffs? You look good in them puffs? Mommy put you up, made you look very good today. Mommy, you're an actress too, aren't you?
I do some background work, yes.
So in other words, you pass it on to the little lady.
Yes, I'm letting her take all control of that.
So what is your job now? What are you doing? What kind of work are you doing especially?
I'm just managing her, and I am in school getting my PhD right now.
Did you say PhD?
PhD.
Woo!
Momager.
Huh?
Her momager.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. PhD.
Yes, PhD.
Can I say it one time just for the show purpose? Dr. Daniels.
Dr. Daniels.
Did I get it right?
Yes, yes. It sounds really good.
And it sounds even better on coming from you. That's congratulations. It's been a hard work. What subject is your PhD in?
Communication.
Communications. One of the 3 reasons why family and people blow up with each other, forget each other, because they can't talk to each other. That's a dog. Well, that's great. But now, as you're watching this daughter, what kind of advice are you giving her as she's making her way out?
We're just hoping that she stays humble and she keeps God in everything that she does.
I like that. Stay humble. We like that. Yes. Because we have a little thing here in Hollywood called ego. You ever heard of ego?
I've never heard of that. What is it?
Well, you heard of ego, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's ego. I call it ego. I do. So how's the ego? How's the ego these days? Indeed. Now, can you show, let's see. You are going to be doing some work. Where did I put that at? There's that famous question of mine. The question is, working with other actors. How are you going to do that? Little lady, how are you going to do that? Working with other actors, other child actors.
I'm going to help them. I'm going to trust them, and I'm going to.
Okay. Because you do something that I have a difficulty with, and that's memorizing the script. That's hard work. How do you do with that?
My momager helps me with the scripts. And
yes, and
she's very talented. I'm proud of my momager.
Yep. You only get one mommy. You only get one. But working that script, you got it. She gives the people, the director, thank you, dear. They give you the script, and then they ask you to sit down and read it. You don't have a script with you by any chance, do you?
Say not on me.
No, okay.
On me.
Not on me. I was going to ask you if you could just read a script, to be or not to be, one of those things. What was like? What's it like when you stand up on that stage? And you told us that you feel okay for yourself, but when you saw yourself on TV for the first time, what did you say to yourself?
I said, "You got this," and then I did my thing, and my momager, she helped me a lot, and I told myself, "You're gonna be great."
Marvelous. You say it every day. I'm going to be great. Every day. I look in the mirror and say, I'm going to be great. It's going to happen.
I'm going to be great.
Go, girl. You go. You go with your bad self. Go ahead. You're looking good. Looking good. Now, you ladies work with a talent agency known as, I believe it's Actors Choice.
Actors Choice, yes.
Yes. Interesting name they've got there. I don't know who got theirs first, us or them. And of course, the lady down there, Lisa Fuller, she's done a great job with both of you ladies, I'm told.
Yes, she has. She's been great.
That is super. That is super. I think, and we talked about this, acting talents. And there's that question I wanted to ask you about. In Hollywood, you'll be seeing a lot of different actors and actresses. And they'll approach you and they'll say, okay, here's your script. What do you do? Like if you just took a little air in there and you just do your thing, right?
So she's grabbing something. Where do you put all your scripts and stuff?
Yeah.
Where do you?
On my new
Well, look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Wait until my script comes.
That is beautiful. Are you working? What script are you working on right now?
TV show next, right?
TV show next. I just booked one.
Okay. So, can you tell us a little bit about the script? What you're going to be doing?
They didn't give us the script yet.
They didn't give you the script yet. Okay. Now you're going to school while you're being an actress, and I see that you do modeling. Can you tell us about that?
My modeling.
Yes.
I get to wear some different things.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard, but it's getting easier.
Yes. Do you wear any makeup? Save me a little lipstick, maybe?
Yeah, I wear a little makeup.
Yes. Got your dress on, looking GOOD. Looking good. It's a great feeling being an actress. Do you watch television a lot?
I do.
Okay.
I don't watch that much television.
You know, how about movies? You go see some movies?
I watch movies.
Okay. Who's some of your favorite actresses that you like?
Who are you watching this morning? Who got their own TV show?
I was watching.
Yes.
I don't.
Are you watching what is it, Nastia or something like that? She has
Nastia.
a YouTube channel now. She has her own TV show. Or Lele.
Lele, okay, I can dig it. Lele is good.
Those TV, I don't know. You watch those TV shows.
Good. And this gives you, I'm sorry. I was going to say, watching at movies and television gives you a good idea of what it's like to be an actress. You can mimic them. You stand in front of people with a microphone, you start talking, all these different things you do. At the end of the session, they pay you. That's the good point. They pay you. Right, moms?
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. Put that away for a college education. You can use it back in those days. You told us that you have the kind of roles that you like to do. Is there some roles that you don't want to do?
This role, I want to do it.
Well, what roles do you don't want to do?
You don't want to do.
Try to be. You don't want a sad scene.
Yes.
No.
I don't want a sad scene.
Okay.
I want to have a happy scene.
Do you ride horses and things like that?
I want to ride a horse, but
yes.
Mom said she was gonna take me, but she didn't. Yeah.
Got you. I understand. Goodness. Well, ladies, I want to thank you so very, very much. The 17 minutes went by just like that. I want to thank you so much for being here and being our guest today. And Jolie, you made history today. Please give my best to talent agent Lisa Fuller at the Actors Choice Talent Agency in Denham Springs, Louisiana. And when you get ready to come up here to Hollywood, give us a call. We'd like to take y'all on a tour of what Hollywood is like. I told your mother, when y'all come up this way, let me know. She has my number. She knows how to get in touch with me. And I think you'll like it. You'll stand on Hollywood and Vine and say, I'm here. I'm here. Thank you, ladies. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Take care. We'd like to, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to let you know that we're asking all our Actors Choice squad to help us get former baseball player Curt Flood into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, Curt, who passed away January 20th, 1997, he was the husband of one of our wonderful guests, renowned actress, Judy Pace. And all you got to do is call us at our office. That's 213-349-3941. Again, 213-349-3941. We sincerely thank each and every one of you for being a part of this magnificent award for a great baseball player. Okay? Roll it, Tony.
Did that boy leave the kitchen again today?
Dad.
Yes or no?
Well, yeah, but...
Then he's fired.
Dad, wait! Dad! What is your problem?
You lied, Claire.
I lied because all you care about are the rules.
Don't tell me how to run my business.
You care more about your business than you do the people in it.
I care about putting food on the table and paying your tuition.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today is a multi-dimensional, captivating, upbeat, and quick-witted multi-award winner, author, actor, writer, voiceover artist, filmmaker, producer, and a serial new media entrepreneur residing right here in Los Angeles, California. Quite a veteran, is he? Been around a long time. You've seen him in a lot of commercials. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cullen G. Chambers. Greetings, Cullen, and welcome to the Actors Choice.
How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good like a brother should. It's good to see you.
Been a minute.
Definitely. First of all,
we are in Hollywood.
Yes, indeed. The little lady came. Did you see history before you just a moment ago? 6 years old. My goodness, glad to have her.
Been great.
Wow.
It's been great seeing you.
Yes, indeed. Would you please tell our audience, where are you from originally?
I'm from a place called Lima, Ohio, Lima. Lost in Middle America.
Got you. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some of the famous people that came through there. Phyllis Diller, Al Snow, Dean Jagger, and Cullen G. Chambers have come through there. Come through there. Second question I have for you, sir.
Hugh Downs as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Concentration, Truth or Consequences. I think it goes back. Yeah, I remember watching him as a kid, knowing that he was from there. And of course, all the sports legends that are from there as well. So.
Yes. What made you become an actor, want to become an actor?
I come up in a big family.
Okay.
One of the ways that you got attention was not bad, but you had to be good. And so you had to basically, there was a lot of competition. So you had to out-funny somebody, had to out-dance somebody, had to out-sing somebody in order to think that you got the attention. Although my parents say that they treated each of us equally, right?
Yes.
So, and then proceeding with that, we used to do a lot of things as kids. We used to do, of course, being a large number, we used to always sing and perform plays and skits because my parents were always trying to get us involved in something to keep us out of mischief. So that was one of the reasons we got started. So I started doing plays when I was in elementary school with them and at our church, of course. And I didn't know how to do nothing else.
Wow. Well, for decades, sir, you have dazzled a whole bunch of people in front of that screen and behind it in various capacities. What has it been like for you over these years?
It's been fun for the most part. A lot of work. Now, when you were growing up, you hear people say, "Oh, you got to put in a lot of work." You go, "Well, like, come on, how can that be work?" But getting up early in the mornings, staying up late at night, memorizing scripts, and just making sure that you are present is very important. So I don't know if I've answered that correctly, but that's just some of the things that make a difference for me.
Oh, indeed. Now, the year was 1980. and you got what was your first IMDb actor credit in a TV movie, a drama called Attica.
Yes.
Remember? Yes.
Attica was the story of a lot of people. Was an upstate New York penitentiary that the prisoners rioted and they took over. And so I was actually in Texas filming another film when I heard about that they were going to shoot the film in Lima. And that was like my hometown. It was like, I didn't travel halfway, or not halfway, all the way across the country to do a film, to try to get in the film business. And they're shooting one in my hometown. So I actually ended up coming back, filming that, and then going back to Texas and working on that other film. So it was great. And that was a smaller part, but for me, it was like, how do you not shoot something there? You know?
Right. And did they actually shoot it at Attica, or
they shot it in the? Lima has is famous for having the mental health prison in Lima. That's where they were based out of. So they shot it there, and it looked the similar looks because all those were kind of prisons are kind of constructed similar, and it had the age of the look because that was one of the things they found important because it's an older prisons. Yeah, and that now they've actually turned that from a mental institution into a full-fledged penal institution now. So
I don't need to tell you this, sir, but I looked at your resume. Wow, that's all I can say. You have worked hard.
And I hear what you're saying, but I think that I've probably only been putting in 60% of what I could do. That's kind of why I'm okay with where I am. But I know that everybody puts in their work, but I just got so much more I can do. Part of my I stopped along the way to raise a family, and so I had to, and that was the reason why I started to write it even more, because I needed to basically figure out a way that I could be flexible in my time, but yet still have the ability to go to auditions or to go to interviews and things of that nature. So I created a book, the Back to One, the Movie Extras Guidebook, and it told people how to get started as an extra. And so with that book, I was able to satisfy me and keep me afloat for all those other years. It became a award-winning bestseller for almost 18 years straight.
Wow. You got 45 actor credits and a few other things. You get busy. You do stunts. You do a lot. And one thing you did, where's my piece of paper that has that on it? I have a piece of paper that says, you have been a body double or stand-in for 6 Academy Award winners. Yes. Tell us who they won. How'd you do it?
Wow. Morgan Freeman, of course.
Yeah. Yep.
Morgan has put a lot of money in my pocket, so I'm going to be very grateful for him. Yep. Denzel, I've stood in for Samuel Jackson. I've stood in for Lou Gossett Jr. I've also stood in for
Sidney Poitier.
Sidney Poitier, excuse me. Yes. I was just trying to think of him, but I was also
Jones.
One of the gentlemen who didn't win, but he was always one of the guys that I've always felt. Just learning from these people or these gentlemen was the greatest gift that I could. I didn't know what I was getting.
Right.
When I was getting it from them.
Yes.
A lot of times we're on set, a lot of just small talking, they'd be talking about stories and giving, accolades on things and just different tips and stuff. And if you're listening, they're just dropping gems all day.
Wow.
And it's like, when you get to see them where they do their cuts and the take is not up to their par, and you see them you can almost see them working it through their head, and how they sometimes, you can even see the frustration when it's not coming.
Right.
And so as growing up as a kid, we always thought everybody on television was cooked, that every take was just an excellent take.
Right.
And after you get there and you realize that some of you did 10, 15 takes, it's like, okay.
Got you.
It's got to be a great director as well as a good editor. That's what you really
right. Do. Now, you've had some television notables, including The West Wing.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
That was one of my favorite pieces, because I got to work with Martin Sheen as well as John. And we were a lot of times in between setups. And so, Martin Sheen, of course, was very much an activist. And so we would sit there and talk, for hours at a time, and just about things, man. And it was like, I got more education from who they were off camera than you would ever know on camera. Of course, that's the way it works for most things, but to really begin to appreciate them. And then when you see it up on screen, you can see the true authenticity and how their conviction is to life, let alone just as characters. So you learn a lot.
Right. Some of your major feature films were I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yeah. that was one Keenan Ivory Wayans, who actually was one responsible for not just my SAG card, but he was also responsible for my after card with this show In Living Color. So I spent like 6 seasons on there with him, doing various little skits and things like that for him as well. So I mean, he's my what can I say about the guy who gives you both your union cards? So
Exactly. Now you have a film coming out right now called The American Siege. Can you tell us about it?
American Siege is a film about a small town in Georgia that has, I play the role of a doctor who has Harvard, MIT, Yale, and I come back to this town because my family was from this town. And as a pharmacist, I bring in this young lady who's very interested in pharmaceutical. And so I end up working with, let's say, one of the town bad boys because we wanted to do this thing. But the reason why we decided to do this thing is because her sister had suffered from, and her brother had been a drug addict, and her sister was always angry about her situation because they grew up in a foster situation. So she wanted to not have them to have so much anger and her brother not to be hooked on drugs. So she was trying to work with me to come up with a drug that would not make them addicted.
Yes.
And in doing so, we get in bed with the wrong fellows, and they started utilizing that particular skill that we have brought to really take over a marketplace. And so I was kind of held captive against my will by Bruce Willis's character. Well, actually, it was Timothy Murphy's character who played the town bad guy, but Bruce Willis played the drunk sheriff who did whatever the Mr. Ruggles would say to just keep the peace and keep his pension. He was a discredited New York cop, so he now ended up in Georgia. So it takes a lot of good twist in this story, and it's a very good story on how it tells about how the world demands these drugs and a mind-altering substance, but yet still we as society have to suffer the brunt of a few people's desire for this. A whole lot of corruption going on.
Yes.
All the way from Washington, all the way down to the guys who picking the coca leaves down in South America.
Wow.
And that's no disparage on anybody from Colombia because they do a lot of good things.
Interesting.
I'm saying politically correct today,
Right. Mm-hmm. It's good to see Bruce Willis. Haven't seen him in a while lately.
Bruce is looking very good. Let me say that first.
Good.
He's working a lot. He's one of those guys. I don't know what it is, but I've worked with him back from Moonlighting days.
Yes.
And of course we did a Die Hard, and then of course the last thing was with Pulp Fiction when I stood in for Samuel. So I got a chance to work with him. We sat across the table for hours. But and for Big Range when he was doing the scene with Big Range. But so when I got opportunity to work on this, it was like I've been on various films with him, but never had the direct interaction. Even in this film,
yes,
I was working in LA on a television streaming service for Morgan Freeman called Solos. Excuse me, I can't remember right now. This is most recent one, Solos. And the production got shut down, so I was able to actually go. Well, I had to stay a couple extra days because there was a scare. And so by the time I got there, Bruce had actually done his scenes and left. You know how that happens sometimes. Right?
Yes. Yes.
So when I actually saw the movie, was the first time that I go like, wow, this is the first time we got to actually be in the same film together in the same scene. And again, I didn't get a chance to trade barbs. But it was actually a great scene. And if you look at it, you really don't know the difference. It's amazing what they can do with television film.
Yes, it is. Speaking of scenes, roll it, Tony. We just haven't had one.
I wouldn't go there, Sheriff.
Someone's here!
What happened to Bridget Baker?
The sheriff is here.
I thought you were.
I can't hear you. You're muted.
Okay, how about now? Is that better?
Yes, yes, yes.
All righty. We got a little thing. It's about 3 things going on right now. Tony, would you please send him your telephone number, and we'll go ahead and we can connect that way. Okay.
Okay.
You okay? Can you do that, Tony?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Yeah, but okay. Sorry, we had a little problem
understand.
moving people around. It's one of those days. But tell us about Bel Air. That's a brand new TV series that you're doing right now.
Bel Air is the reboot of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air series that's produced by Will and of course Carlton and some of the other people
Yes.
as well. And they're shooting it over at Universal Studios over here in Universal City.
Yes.
And it's a limited series for now, but I'm pretty sure it's going to get picked up. I didn't realize it when it was going to come out, so I actually got an influx of text messages and things of that nature when I kind of go like, well, okay, so something's happening. So I realized that, I guess it was late last week when it was released, and so I've been very happy. So of course, for me, a lot of times certain pieces it's very difficult to just go
Yes.
back and watch certain things, especially with the film and a television series that's such iconic as it was. But it's
Yes.
really good. If you haven't tuned in, when people tune in, it's really, really good. It's different. It's not all the all of that, but it's the storylines are very edgy,
Yes.
very realistic, and this is probably I was reading a review that Will had said this is probably close to the real story versus the Hollywood version that they were able to put on at that time. But very good. The young guy who plays Will, everybody's just perfect. Even the down to the wardrobe is everybody is just. I've never been on a more classier production that I've never been on a more classier production. Just everything was tight. Everything was tight. Everything was precise.
Yes.
People were wonderful, and it was always a fun day. It was a fun day.
Fun day. Got you. Got you. Then there's one of the things that when I've seen it recently, and every time I see it, it's great. You do a lot of commercials, sir. And one of them that you do is here's a photo of this young lady that you work. Look at it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you guys are something else. Something else.
That is you know how you work your whole career to get one of those.
Yes.
And then you get it, and then you get, of course, you get upstaged by a beautiful young lady like that. That young lady and she was just so much you know how you say you want to say to her she was a natural. Well, she was actually a natural. She was just so gifted. And she just knew how to just to react on whatever we were doing. Like one of the scenes we had where we were getting ice cream, and I took off a little bit of the cream and tried to get her on the nose, and it was just she played right along with it. It was just very natural. She was very natural. Very happy about that.
Well, you guys, the scene, y'all were dancing. Y'all were having a good time. You had me believing y'all were playing basketball. No, then that's just a commercial.
Just a commercial.
Yes.
So much fun.
Yes.
It's so much fun.
Got you. Here's a dumb question. They allow me to do dumb questions every now and then. You ready for this one?
As long as you can kick a smart ass answer.
Okay. Go ahead. Besides the obvious, what do you get out of being an actor? The obvious.
For me, if I need, it's like, you know how Ron sometimes they count you out. I get to show people that you never can be counted out.
Yes.
A lot of people go out, they act like I just showed up on the scene. It's like, no, I've been here doing my thing. That's why it sometimes looks effortless, because I've been doing it. But I still get excited about it. I used to say nervous, but my sister said it's not nervous, it's excitement about it. And nervousness and excitement is kind of real close cousins there. So you have to understand, is it that you don't want to do it, or is that you do want to do it? Because if you want to do it, it's about excitement. If you don't want to do it, then you may have a sense of fear or something. And that could be coded in something else. But for what I get out of it, I get to show a lot of times, especially like I have a large family. I probably have over 200 nieces and nephews.
Woo, my goodness.
So I get a lot of love from them, and I get to show them the vulnerable sides of me, whereas I tell them, like, I don't win every day. I mean, I'm starting to get more and more, as I audition now, or a lot of offers as well. But I fail more than I win in this business, and so with that, I don't let it hit me. I just let it roll off because I understand the nature of it. It's not about me that's being rejected. It's the character, or it just doesn't work for the look that I may need to match with someone else, depending on the look of that. So I don't take it personally, and I know that if I put enough, irons in the fire, I'm gonna, some of them are gonna get hot. So.
Got you. Now I see that you are a charter member of the International Casting Information Network. Let's see, what does that mean? Can you tell us about that organization?
The International Casting Information Network is no longer in that capacity. Randy Ruini, who used to run it, she, a lot of people we know that kind of went their health but she's doing fine now. Let me say that. So she's probably going to pick it back up. But what we're doing with that, a component of that, we're moving everything to our new app. And what that will do, it will. There's a lot of different resources for casting and information for actors. But what we're doing, we're moving that whole information network to apps where other actors share information peer to peer versus sometimes through a platform. And that's one of the benefits of what we're doing. We're basically able to put your profile information, which will give you check boxes that you're a certain height, ethnicity, or anything like that. And then you'll be put into the pool of those people who are seeking actors or even background actors on the now basis, because the world has moved very fast with the aid of cell phones.
Yes.
You used to have to get home and use your answer machine or get the picture and call it back. Well, now they want to know right away. With this being able to be integrated, we'll be able to utilize that on a bigger scale. So it's going to be more than just the local. It'll be something that will hopefully evolve to where we'll have national. We will have national databases in there, but we'll have people in the large 8 major cities to be able to join in and find out a way to get the resources that will help them to continue.
Okay. All right. Well, Colin, I want to thank you very much for being a guest today.
It is so good to see you, sir.
Oh, thank you
so much.
The feeling is mutual, not mutual, but mutual. Sir, you are more. Thank you, because you are more than to come back again. We'd like to have you back again. In the meantime, best wishes to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ron. I really appreciate it. Enjoy your afternoon. Thank you, everyone.
My pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, Cullen Gene Chambers. This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. Roll it, Tony.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Hey, where are you going?
Bert, I need to talk to you.
Can it wait?
No, it can't wait.
Well, then, what is it?
I'm leaving.
When will you be back?
That's just it. I'm not going to be coming back.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today became involved with acting as a teenager, but didn't begin to act seriously until he retired from various computer game companies 2 decades later. Now he's acting, ladies and gentlemen, writing, directing, and a whole bunch more. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Walter Hochbrew-Eckner. Hi, Walter.
Good morning, Ron. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Sorry about the situation, but we got you on the air, and that's all that counts. Can you please do us a favor? Thank you so very, very much.
Sure.
And welcome to the Actor's Choice. You've had your hands in a lot of projects, but over the years, you get right into but first, can you please tell us where you from originally?
Jamaica, New York. I was born and raised in Levittown, New York.
Okay. What high school did you go to?
Levittown Memorial.
Because when they said Jamaica, I said, well, maybe, just maybe, he might have went to Aviation High School.
Nope. No, I was just born there at the General Hospital in Jamaica.
Yes.
And raised, yeah.
Wow.
So, and raised in Levittown. So, Levittown was my old haunt. I lived there until I took off for college. Got you.
But I see that we only have a few minutes, but let's talk about you and what you're doing. One of the first things you did was you did a movie called Inherit the Truth, Quest for the Orb. Remember that? It was a video game that you did.
Yeah. Inherit the Earth was a computer game that I worked on many years ago. In fact, that's what gave me sort of the impetus to try and do something like directing and writing.
Yes.
So that started it for me. But then I got involved deeply with the gaming industry, and I did computer programming for many years. Then I did producing, and then finally, directing. And then I decided to go back to my one love, which was acting. I missed the acting, and then after I retired, I figured, what am I going to do with myself? I figured, why not get back to the acting?
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I've always found it to be fun, and it was always interesting.
Yes.
And so I got involved in the acting, and as time went on, and I got myself into a number of different roles over the years, I finally decided, you know what, I'm a good writer. Let me see if I can write something. So I wrote a screenplay called Love Carries. It was a short. It was only 50 minutes. And it received wide acclaim. I was able to shoot that, for a minimal amount of money, thank goodness.
Right.
And that worked extremely well for me. Then I did a remake of that same movie called The Sins of the ...
Yes.
I just redid the ending so it'd be more scary, more different than the original. And then finally, this particular movie I wrote called The Paradise Motel. I wrote that many years ago, and I discovered it over a period of maybe, I guess 3 years ago. I refound it, and I decided I was going to go through it. And I thought, you know what, this is timely. I think this would work. I think I can write something more about this. So I took a short and I made it into a feature.
Right.
And the feature, we just premiered it this last Saturday on the 19th.
Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. I'm happy to. Yeah, it was really nice that the Laemmle Theater allowed the Paradise Motel to be shown there. And we ended up filling 2 theaters. The first theater sold out in less than 3 days. And then the second theater was nearly sold out as well. So there was a lot of chemistry going on, a lot of dynamics going on to make this happen. A lot of people were very interested in it. And the showing was very well. I was very impressed with how it went and the audience, the reaction. There's some modifications I need to make to clean it up to make it a little bit better.
Yep.
But there was always that kind of thing. And I'm going to be releasing it hopefully on, a network like Apple TV or, something like that, Netflix, something along those lines. I'm going to pursue that next after I do the cleanup and I start getting discs out to the public and to critics and other people who might be interested in it.
Got you. Well, we just happen to have a small clip of the Paradise Motel. Roll it, Tony.
Okay.
We're seeing it, boy. You can't see it enough, but we're showing a video.
I hope he's not too mad about whatever it is. I don't want to get hit again.
You need to return it now.
No, I need them.
No, I want you to take it back.
No.
Don't you dare talk back to me.
Wow. Beautiful. You and Donna Lee Heising. I've known her for a long time. Nice lady. And you got her working. That's beautiful. Wow.
Oh, yeah. She's a sweet lady. She is so incredible. She is such a good actress that most people don't realize, her depth, that she can do a lot of different things if given the chance. She's just wonderful. And she's just a sweetheart in every which way. Great to work with. Easy, as actors go, she's very, very complimentary and very, very interesting to work with. So I love her. She's great.
Right. I see that you guys are coming back together again for another movie called Down and Out in Vampire Hills.
That's right. Yeah, we've already shot that. and that should be coming out shortly, I believe. Yeah, that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
He's always a really, a great person to work with. I mean, I wish all my actors were as easygoing and as competent as she was. I mean, it's just a given that I can expect that when I do work with her, it's going to work out well.
Indeed, indeed. You have a talent. You sit down and you write it, you act it, you direct it, you sing, composition, whatever. You do a lot of stuff there, friend.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I edited this movie too.
That's right. You sure did.
So,
you sure did.
So I'm the chief bottle washer as well. So, I did it all.
As you look back.
It's a lot of fun, a lot of work.
Yes. As you look back, you said you did 20 years in one industry, then you came into this industry. Are you glad you came back to this industry?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm glad I came back to this industry. This is what my passion is. This is what I love to do.
Yes.
And even though it's a lot of work, I mean, it took a year to do the Paradise Motel, to get it all together and get all the pieces working and so forth. But the bottom line is it may be sometimes exhausting and exasperating.
Yes.
But the idea is you got to keep going. You got to go what you love to do and what you want to do.
Right.
And don't be afraid. There's always going to be problems that pop up that's going to keep you from, prevent you from going to the next step. But don't let it stop you. You just have to get past those problems and keep going. And
that's right.
That's how it's done. Yeah.
Well,
and that's what I encourage other actors to do and directors to do. That's what they have to do. Just keep going. Don't give up.
You work with a good man, Joe Williamson.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. What a guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did a wonderful job with the premiere. He really helped us quite a bit. He got us out there and, he did the important things that promotion is not my strongest suit. And, I basically depend on him and Donna and, other people in the industry to get my name out there. I want to have a shout out to my associate producer, Angel Princess, and of course the executive producer was Vera Taylor. They both were instrumental in making sure that this movie got out there and in good shape.
Yes. We got a few more minutes, but I got a couple more questions, and that is, what's it like getting a film that you've always wanted to do, and then it happens?
Oh man, it's it's a high you can't believe. I mean, it is just so incredible to feel so good. You feel like you're on top of the world. You feel like you've gone up to Mount Everest and made it to the top. That's what it feels like. As a matter of fact, my wife and I, we've gone to the base camp of Mount Everest. And I remember the elation that we felt then. And that's what it feels like. It feels like, an accomplishment that just no one can take away. It's always going to be a memory. It's always going to be something that you're proud of.
Yes, indeed. I see that you are the president of the Spheroid Pictures.
Oh, Spheroid Productions in films. Yeah.
Tell us about that company, please.
Oh, a little bit about that. Well, I decided many years ago, I created a logo with basically spheres involved that were spheres within spheres within spheres. And that's where I got the idea of Spheroid. And I thought that, I could use that. That's a unique name. It's a name people will remember if they can. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of those things that it doesn't roll off the tongue, but it is enough of a difference in terms of what you see in logos out there that you'll recognize it when you see it. And so that's the reason why I thought that Spheroids would be a good name for a business. And I figured, okay, it's good for a production company. And of course, the films is part of the production company.
Yes.
So, because we try and do other things that we can. We've dipped our hands into trying to do some reels for people, for short films, for commercials, anything that is related to this industry where we can help out as best we can.
Well, our best to you in the future for what you're doing, Walter. You're doing a great job, and just keep on doing it. That's all we can say. Ladies and gentlemen.
And I thank you, Ron.
Yeah. Oh, my pleasure.
For having me on the show. I really
my
appreciate it. I really honestly do.
We got to get you back so we can do it all over again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely. Be a pleasure.
Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Walter Hochbruber Eckner. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Want to thank our sponsors, Harvey Randman, Photography is an Art, Ron Irwin's Lose Life, The Way to Lose Weight, Larry Buford's Book to the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule, State Farm agent Carla Green, and veteran actor Rob Brownstein's Acting Training School and Actors Space. And much, much thanks to our guest today, actor, writer, producer Cullen G. Chambers, actor, producer, director Walter Hochbrunn Eckner, and actress Jolie Daniels and her mother, Jadian Daniels. Thanks to our thanks to our ever growing audience. All we say is be well. We'll see you next time. Take care.